Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Retro Vintage Wave Doctor Doom. Very cool looking art. I love these big retro cards. I just think they're freaking cool. So it's got a nice little, it says Doctor Doom right there. It's a cool drawing of Doctor Doom along with the old school Fantastic Four cartoon drawing right there. It just says Fantastic Four. One thing I kind of wish they would have done was they kind of mimicked it with the printing here, but I wish they would have made that hologram, which I'll show in a second. From one of the old figures, but on the back here has Doctor Doom. Says Fantastic Four, like when they always do the little black and white drawing. But we'll go ahead and bring in that hologram that I was talking about. All right, so here we go. So we have Triton here. I don't know if you guys can see the reflection, but do you see how it gets a little green? It has that, that shimmery hologram. So I kind of wish they would have replicated that. Otherwise, it's pretty dead on the same. I guess the ribbon isn't quite exact replica, but definitely they took the imaging right off the back. Same thing with the the Cosmos out in the background. But I do wish they would have done that. I know it sounds silly because I'm opening them, but I'm sure other collectors that liked the Fantastic Four line would have appreciated that also. So that's just my little 2 cents there. We'll go and get this guy opened up. We'll check out the accessories and then the details. All right, so first up we'll come up with the red book here, and it's got the Doctor Strange logo right there on the front, and you can see on the inside. Pretty basic, but I like the kind of wear, old looking paper. I think it looks really cool. Both books do have the same printing, sadly, but I do like that they threw these in. I think these look really cool. It's got a good print right there on the front, and it's got good sculpt and texturing. Overall, it's a cool looking little accessory. Here's the second book. It's got a nice print right there on the front. Looks good and clean. It's not smeared or anything, but now it's in a darker cover. Again, you can see it's just the same exact sculpt on the inside and printing. I kind of wish they would have changed it somehow. I'm not sure how they could have, because they would have to redo the insert. But I feel like these are just kind of glued in. So it would have been cool to have just different pages overall. I think that would add a nice little touch. He also comes with 2 jetpack translucent yellow effects that just plug into his back, which I think look really cool. Definitely something I wasn't expecting, but when it was first released, I was like, oh, that's cool. It even came with these. He also comes with these neon green magic effects. I think these look really cool too. We've had these before, but it's always nice to get them in different colors. He also comes with this little communicator, which we got with the Mr. Fantastic Walgreens exclusive, but just done a different color. And last but not least, we got some interchangeable hands. We got a trigger finger and an open grasping hand. Very cool. But it's just done in that same silver plastic, kind of almost like a gunmetal armor that he is known for wearing. All right, now checking out Doctor Doom. First up, big difference I noticed right away. He's got cloth right on the front, which looks really cool. We definitely will be comparing him with the Super Skrull Wave Doctor Doom. But mine does have his head. See, his head's always looking. The hood is actually attached to his head, so he's not free ranging. So if you're going to have him facing forward, his hood's going to look a little crooked. I guess it's not too bad, because that'd be kind of, you're not naturally going to have your hood always perfect. But if you do want to have your hood perfect, on mine at least, he's going to always look like he's looking off to the side. But I think this looks really good. I like how they added that cloth. It's got nice yellow gold paint right there on the front. I think it looks really good. You can see the sculpt right there, which I think looks really nice. Nice chain. I love this cape they use. It's got nice details with all the sculpting, and they make giving it that fabric look. And then looking at Doctor Doom's face, his eyes are looking pretty straight on. Looks good. His mouth and all the rivets in the metal, I think that looks really cool. But I really think that turned out nice. Oh, let's get this back on. There we go. Sorry about that. And we'll go ahead and look at the back of the cape. It's that same, same sculpt, just a little bit of a different color green. But I just love all that detail in the kind of texturizing of the cape. I think that looks really cool. And then coming down the front, again, I love that cloth. He's got a very much of a brighter green compared to the Super Skrull one. Again, this is based off, the vintage action figure. So it was that kind of a brighter green, but I think it looks really good. I love all that, just again, that texturing, giving that fabric look. A very nice shine on the arm here. I think it looks really good to get some sculpt on the inlay underneath the shoulder. I love all the rivets. Again, this is the same Doctor Doom we've seen before. There's just little bits here and there that have been added. He's got two fisted hands, which is always cool to have for a villain for punching. You got some nice gold paint applications on the buckle there with two loopholes. Got some gold pins right there, but it's a good holster. Has the D sculpted on there. It does open up. Oh, there we go. It's going to take me a minute, but I'll get it open and we'll get that gun out in a second. But then you can see the jetpack right there in the back, which I think looks really cool. It does have the peg hole, a flight stand. Or actually, I don't know why I say flight stand. I still think of those old Toy Biz days. But for the cape has... sorry about that. The cape has the peg right there that slides right in. But anyway, wouldn't show you. I'll pop that gun out first. There we go. There's this little handgun he comes with. It's a little droopy. Definitely will have to reform it, but most likely it's going to be in the holster. But pretty cool that he even has it come out. I'm glad they did. Just sculpted in there, even though the last one also had this. You just never know with Hasbro. All right, now coming down the front is just more of that nice texturing detail. You can see on his legs, looks really cool. I like all the straps and buckles. I think it looks really good. His armor looks so cool. Doctor Doom is such a cool looking character. You can see on the back, I love how they actually, I like when they sculpt the joints themselves to kind of blend them in. Even though the cape covers it all, I just think that's a nice touch. They do it on the upper, you know, in the inner arms there, or at the elbow joint. I think that just looks really cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get over into the articulation. I'm gonna mess with this exposure again. I'm really sorry, guys. Head looks left and right. It does tend to pull at the fabric when you turn him. It is tucked around his neck. Up is not going to be the best. Down, it looks okay. Got ball joints in the shoulders. They move out, forward, and back. Does have the upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, also a hinge at the wrist. He's got the ball joint in the upper body or around the waist, so you can kind of rock him around. You can also swivel him. And then you can spread, not a crazy amount, but they did give him a slit, so you can actually get him up there. Kicking is not going to be a thing. He kind of raises up about that much. Got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, no boot rotation. Ankles move up, they move down. This one's a little stiff. Ankle, and then he has got ankle rockers. He does have pegs on his feet, so if you did want to have him, you could plug in those effects into his feet. But I'm most likely, I think it looks cool right there. But we'll show that in a second. I'll show you guys him holding his accessories before I talk too fast, and then we'll show you guys how tall Dr. Doom is and get into some fun comparisons. Bet you guys would never guess. Dr. Doom's flying right here. Oh yes, the rockets are on. It's kind of cool you can keep them on without having them be too noticeable. So in case you don't want to lose them, you can plug them in there and they don't mess with the cape too much. You definitely could see him on a cider profile, but overall not too bad. And then here he is with his grasping hand, also with one of the effects on there. I think that looks really cool. Definitely kind of curious to put that onto the Super Skrull Dr. Doom to see how that looks. But overall, I think that looks really cool. And then here he is holding the handgun. Looks good. Holds on very nice and firm. Very cool. All right, so here's Dr. Doom standing up, and he stands a little under 7 inches tall. And then here he is next to the Super Skrull Wave Dr. Doom. So you can see some of the similarities there with just color variations. Here he is next to the Epic Heroes Dr. Doom. That was also in the, oh man, forgetting the other little older Hasbro Fantastic Four with the stretched outs. Oh, I can't remember the series, but they also did another color of him. And then here he is next to the Toy Biz Series 4 or Series 3. I think it's Series 3 Dr. Doom. So it's kind of a cool little evolution. Obviously they're all different styles, but cool seeing the different toy companies where you have Toy Biz, early Hasbro, and current Hasbro. Dr. Doom's very cool. But definitely that green really pops compared to the other ones. The other ones are definitely the more darker green, clearly because they're different styles in a sense. But anyway, I'll go ahead and show you guys a good comparison with these two since they're the most similar. So first up, I'm just going to show you guys the interchangeable head with the Super Skrull Wave Dr. Doom next to the Retro Wave. If I can get my exposure just right. But you can see like the Retro one doesn't show any flesh where the Super Skrull one does. Definitely a different mouth there, or it's painted a little different. Trying to see if there's any difference here. I know mine's got the crooked hood, so it kind of throws it off for me. But I believe these are the same head here. But you can definitely see the different variation in the color in the hood. But very cool. Alright, so here we go. So you definitely see the comparison difference toward the hoods. This hood's a lot smaller compared to this one. I'm forgetting, I know I've been told by Shannon that there's 2 different versions of Doom. I am sorry, I cannot remember. But yeah, that's why this one has the bigger hood. It's a whole different one. Anyway, or different generation. I can't remember. But anyway, you can see the difference. It adds the cloth, same hood, same cape. You can see it's the same, just painted differently. Same belt. He's got the open hand now and a fisted hand. He does have a pistol or a trigger finger hand. I just didn't bring it out. But you can definitely see the difference in coloring. But overall, it is the same figure. He just has the alternate head put on. But it's cool seeing these guys up close. I do like that fabric, I must say. You can see the holster also has, oh yeah. So if you look on the back, he does have the rocket boosters. He just didn't come with the effects, so it was kind of nice they gave him those effects. So you definitely can use them on the Super Skrull one if you have that one also. But overall, guys, I think this is a really nice retro wave figure. I'm glad they came out with this guy. I think it's really cool. I love the card. I ended up buying 2 of them just because I really like the card and I just like overall the figure. I ended up picking this one to open just because of that defect of the head looking the same, and also the card was a little bent, kind of dented from the packaging of the box being slid around. But overall, I really like this figure. I think it's a really nice figure. I love all the accessories it comes with. Please leave in the comment. Because I'm just curious about the books. I'm sure they're added on accessories to something else, or I'm completely wrong and they go with Dr. Doom. I'm not sure. But definitely, I love learning, so definitely leave those comments down. And I hope you guys enjoyed this very long review on the Vintage Wave or Retro Dr. Doom. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Take care, guys, and thanks again for watching.